Slasher. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on a Monday night, and it is time for Slasher Movie Club. Corey Andrews with me, of course. And once again, our good friend, our brother, Michael, the Carbonite Jedi himself, is stepping further and further out of the shadows of the regular world and into slasher horror. And
I know.
Could not be more happy that he's making that choice on his own with no pressure whatsoever.
Right? Even though I'm not sitting on his shoulder saying, join us. Join us.
Right. Oh my God. For you.
That's from the Evil Dead. You wouldn't know that, but that's from the Evil Dead. So, yeah.
Hey, one day he might know it. You know, we're on a roll.
Are you talking about the old Evil Dead or the new ones?
The old with, the old.
Oh, me and Steve used to watch the old Evil Dead.
Did you? Oh, awesome then. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you hung out around us, we'd look at each other and go, swallow your soul, swallow your soul.
Nice. Well, good to know.
Go.
See, you like some horror. Come on now.
Yeah. Well, slashers are the thing for him.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's possession and demon shit. So yeah. There's a difference. Yeah.
It's true enough. For you guys in the chat, we appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. We see For the Love of Horror in the house. We got Brandon. All right. What's up, man? Thank you so much. And also we got Kelly joining back as a channel member. Thank you so much, Kelly. We appreciate the support. Nice. Very kind of you. Yeah.
Really winning.
Yeah. And we also got Super Tenor with a channel member anniversary, 23 months.
Wow. That's
almost
great.
at the big 2 years.
Awesome stuff, dang, that's right. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man. And thank you so much for all the positivity and the awesomeness and, you know, the way you always put a smile on people's face. Seriously, it's awesome. Let's see. Solar Guys in the house. What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. DJ. We got Val in the house. Hey, Val. Good to have you here. Shanta's in the house. What's going on? Good to see you. Let's see. Who else? Gory Tiger, Misanthropes, and Oliver. What's up, Oliver? Good to see you. All right, guys. So if you joined us last night, and definitely let us know if you had fun. We had a blast with the watch party that was members only. So for channel members, Patreon members, it was a blast watching Friday 13th Part 2. But what made it so much more fun, and Corey, and I'm sure you can agree, is that Michael had never seen it, had no clue what to expect. And oh my God. It was great.
There was some moments.
Was great. Yes, indeed. No doubt. So, Michael, let's start with you. We started to talk about it a little bit after we had finished going live and we were backstage. Because, you know, when you watch a movie, that's what happens. You start talking about it. And I think all of us were kind of like, well, let's save it for tomorrow night, which is tonight.
Yeah.
So just as a quick tease, how did you feel when the movie was done?
How did I feel when the movie was done? I felt angry that the blonde-headed guy, Paul, was his name?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm Paul. Like, where did he go while this final girl is getting mauled by Jason? You know, did he pick up the dog and run, or what happened? So I felt, you know. And I guess it's kind of true for all these movies that want to end on a cliffhanger. It kind of like makes you feel incomplete, like, you know, you want to ask questions. So that happened on the first one, and it happened on this one. So I guess I had the same feeling.
Can I just say, Michael, that the next movie would answer those questions? But go ahead.
Oh.
No, like watching it with us, you know. You
So
guys are like, what?
I need to ask Coriander those questions instead of
No,
Knight.
I'm saying you need to watch the third one with us. No, that's not what I was saying. Oh shit! But go ahead.
No, I enjoyed it, and how did I feel? I mean, it's a lot to unpackage. You know, it's an iconic. Yeah. A lot of people love it. Like I told you last night, you know, we just finished the second movie, and Jason has not put on a hockey mask. I remember as a kid, all I remember is seeing Jason with his machete and a hockey mask, and we have not seen that yet. Yeah. I'm like, you know, all these illusions are, you know, all this stuff that I, you know, put into the movie, thinking about as a kid all the way up to now, you know, it's kind of like been dispersed to the wind. You know, it's not even there, you know, and now I know why people are calling him Baghead Jason, you know. So So I mean, it was good. I felt I you know, it makes you want to watch the third one to get more information. So
well, there you
That's
go.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
Very, very cool.
We're gonna go through the whole series. I just feel it. No.
All right, man. Look, so real quick in the chat, we got Shanta said, Sunday's a hard day for me. Wish I could be there, but can't, even though I try. Well, we appreciate you trying. And, you know, we'll have some other days other than Sunday that we'll try to do some exclusive watch parties. But definitely, if you guys haven't, and Shanta as well, check out our Patreon. We have a lot of information there. I also am able to communicate with all of you guys as a group more easily, because it's tough, you know, communicating to everyone in small groups or individually. And sometimes you may not get all the information about things that are coming up or things that we're trying to take votes on as a group and so forth. So definitely check out our Patreon. We got a lot of cool stuff there, and it's easier to communicate to all of you guys together. And thank you so much, Val. Val put it in there. You're all right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. Lamar's in the house too. What is up, Lamar? And hey, we got Carrie in the house. Woo-hoo.
Hello.
All right. She says, I'm bummed I missed Michael's reactions to the movie. I will definitely check out the replay. Yeah, Carrie, it was some good stuff. It really, really was. No doubt about it. No doubt. I'm gonna be putting it up on the members tab and so forth, so you can definitely check it out, Carrie. Hopefully I'll have that up tomorrow. We'll see. She said, I just got out of work. There you go. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Lindsay in the house too. All right, so let's go back. So the movie starts off, and again, Michael reacting to this was gold. I have got to take some of the clips and I will. You know, it takes work to do that, but it would be so worth it, because some of his reactions, I mean, it was just great. I felt like I was watching these movies, you know, with my brother when we were kids, and I would wait for my brother to jump or whatever. It's bringing me back, man, but in a good way, you know. It's in a good way, you know. So the movie starts off, and we see somebody taking a stroll down the street. We have no idea who this is. And listen, let me just say one thing about the beginning of this film. We see that we're back with our final girl, Alice, from the last movie. And look, all I know is this, is that Adrienne King as Alice, you know, she did a great job in the first movie. And as soon as she was here in the beginning, I started to feel really comfortable, you know. And you know, she's talking on the phone to her mom and talking about how she's trying to move on with her life and all of this type of stuff. But guess what she sees in the refrigerator? Good old Pamela.
Cheese. Right?
Man, I'm telling you, this was just a crazy scene. A lot of this scene, Adrienne King improvised with the dialogue on the phone with her mom and so forth. But what a way to start a movie. Look at this. I mean, and Michael, you were kind of shocked by this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember you saying, wait a minute, she's the final girl. guess what, Michael? This is not a Sidney Prescott situation. It's goodbye. But I thought the beginning was done well, you know, because there were those moments, like you said, in the shower where you thought there was going to be attack, but there wasn't. So they did draw out that tension. Coriander, you know, obviously you know this movie just as well as I do. What did you think of this beginning, and what did you think about Alice getting aced out?
I mean, I don't think this really even needed to be in the second movie. I mean, yeah, it was great to see her back, but it was like for like 2 minutes, and it's like, why? You know, and like Michael was asking us, was she living around Crystal Lake? Where the hell did Jason walk to get to her?
And how did he know?
How did he find her? Exactly.
Did he use GPS?
Exactly. I think he like was like a hound dog and was using his nose and sniffing her out. But I don't know,
come
man.
on now. Come on now. Let's not go down that road.
I'm just saying.
But it was one of those scenes where when it happened, I too was kind of like, oh man, well that kind of sucks. And as a kid, that kind of got me invested, like, oh my God, like she was so smart. Like if she's got you know, she's killed, everybody's on the table. You know what I mean? That was kind of my vibe as a kid. So great beginning to the film, in my opinion. Now, real quick too, in the chat, Chuck also said, I agree, Michael. What the heck happened to Paul? Isn't that right? Oh my God, it's so true. It is so true. And hey, we got Lamar coming back as a channel member. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. We awesome. Got yeah, it is. It really is. Jack's in the house. Hey, Jack, what's going on? Scott's heading on out, but have a great night and a wonderful Thanksgiving. Same thing to you.
Yeah, and have a good Thanksgiving.
We're definitely going to wish everyone to have a great Thanksgiving, and hopefully this is a great beginning to your holiday week. Yeah. Carrie, you're right. Something about watching movies with this community is so much fun. It's like a sleepover party. I agree. And I know a lot of people, like Chuck was saying, I've seen this movie so many times. Listen, and I'm not boasting, but I would almost guarantee I've seen this movie more or just as much as anyone here tonight. I'm telling you guys, you have no clue. Me and my brother used to watch these movies every day as kids. And I'm talking about when I was 7.
Babe, every day. Really?
We did. We would just put it on in the basement. Like when we would play with our G.I. Joes and stuff, we would just put these movies on. It was crazy. It was crazy. And obviously, as an adult,
cool.
you know, we watch these every year. So,
well, I know, but I've watched them a lot too. So it's like, hey, man, you make it sound like,
I'm just saying,
you know,
just saying,
ooh,
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting. Hey, look, Killian even agreed with it. He's like, yeah, he's watched it a lot more than me. Look, I'm just saying, you know. And my brother, you know how he is. But the point I was trying to make, Coriander, is no matter how many times I've seen it, like last night, it was just so much fun because of seeing it with all of you guys and Michael as well. You know, it's just so much fun. It really, really is. So once we start getting into the story here, we got our buddy, Michael. As soon as Crazy Ralph came on the screen, Michael lit up. He's like, hey! But that was just awesome. And I think one thing that these early Friday the 13th films did, they did have some through lines with some of the characters, recurring characters and so forth. But you know, you can't have the Doomsday Sayer without some great characters. And these two, do you see the way they're looking at him? Kind of like, what are you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? He was great. He was absolutely great. And we got some pranks that are being pulled. The tow truck comes and takes their truck, and oh my God, it was just hilarious. I think this was good because it did set up kind of a closer connection to the cast. Michael, I was going to ask you about that. What did you think, about this scene and this setup, and as the cast was like introduced, did you feel like you were a little bit closer to them than the ones in the first film, or not?
Like in the first film, I became immediately attached to the girl that was killed first,
Right.
because it showed, her personality. And then you have Kevin Bacon and all these people doing these chores and stuff. I mean, it's basically the same thing with these guys. They get there and they're going on runs, and then they're, hikes and going swimming, and it does bring you closer. I mean, that's what you want. You want that connection to the characters. If
Right.
they build it up, it does create that connection where you're kind of sad when they get killed. But
Right.
I'm just, like I said, during the movie, there were a ton of counselors out there, and I was like, man, Jason's got a lot of killing to do if he's going to get all these counselors done.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how they're going to, he was going to either do it, or else they were going to go away. And sure enough, they all loaded in the car and took off. So
Yep.
it was well done. I did have a close connection with, except for this guy.
I was just about to say, here's our buddy Coriander. Look at him. He looks so damn stupid. Paul, no, and no disrespect. Hey, I love all the Friday 13th films. You guys know that. I like to pick on Paul because of the fact of how things went when he went toe to toe with Jason and got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
But he was fine. He's the head counselor. It's a counselor training center that is nearby Crystal Lake, and then that picture I showed just a few images before, it showed a couple of them finding the old sign for Camp Crystal Lake. So it's really, I think it's a good setup. And these counselors in training, they all got their own little spunky attitudes. You got Mark in the wheelchair, Terry with the poodle, and all of these little things going on. And I think that's one thing that it did really well, or did a little bit better than the first film. I felt a little bit closer to this group of counselors, this cast. Coriander, what about you? What do you think? I mean, again, you've seen this movie so many times. Were you a little bit more interested in this cast, or did they kind of pop a little more for you?
Well, out of all these movies, I really don't have an issue with the cast. Like how some group of kids are, like, say in like Nightmare, some have a better group of kids than others. But with these movies, I mean, I don't know. It's like every group is relatable, So yeah, man, I don't have an issue with the cast.
Awesome.
Like Michael, you're thinking higher body count,
Right. Yeah. And of course that was kind of the formula for slasher films in the 80s, and Friday the 13th was kind of the originator of that. The bigger body count, more intensity in the finale, and all of those types of things. Here's the famous scene that a lot of people love, myself included, where they're sitting around the campfire, and you've seen this done so many times since 1981. I'm not saying this is the first time it's ever done, but I think that again, Friday the 13th really had a big presence in the horror world in the early 80s, and there's been so many films that recreated this, telling the story. And this was a point in the watch, Michael, where and of course we were talking to folks in the chat too, but what Paul was basically doing is giving us, the viewer, the information on Jason, and in a setting where you're telling campfire stories. And I thought that was a really cool way to do it. And at that time, it was fairly fresh. Now it's become kind of a trope in horror. But, he was basically saying, I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason. He drowned in the lake, blah, 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 and he's still out there, and he's full grown by now. He never died, all of this type of stuff. So mythology wise, I think it was really interesting in it setting up Jason. Like at this point in the film, for me, especially when I first saw it, I'm already terrified of Jason, and I haven't even seen his face yet. So I think it was a really well done scene, and it's good atmosphere. I remember you asking me about, do I think the atmosphere of this film matched the original? I don't think it matched it completely, but I do think a couple of scenes such as this did really well. We saw them having a barbecue, we saw them swimming, we saw them here in a campfire, we saw them running through the woods as they were training and stuff like that. So those scenes I thought were really well done. Coriander, is this one of your favorite scenes, franchise wise, or at least in this part?
This is one of my favorite scenes.
No, I'm asking if it is.
Oh, no.
Okay. It wasn't big on you. Okay. All right. Real quick, in the chat. we got a super chat coming in from Lamar. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, man.
Yes,
And good evening. You. Love all. God is good, and you are amazing. Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Yes. You and Joe.
Willie Winnie. Yeah.
And we have another one coming in saying, I've been here since the start. Love you guys. Yes, you have.
You
yes,
have. It's almost
it.
time to do a rewatch along, right, to Kingdom of the Spiders.
Yeah.
Right? We should do it again. I haven't well, I know I haven't watched it since we watched it, so
that's right.
It's time.
Absolutely. Yep. And Val has put the link in for Michael's channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the Carbonite Jedi. Thank you so much, Val. And again,
have you seen that movie, Michael? Kingdom of the Spiders?
I don't think so. When did it come out?
Oh God, probably like the 70s? Yeah.
I might have.
You have what
William Shatner.
Yes.
Who is it?
William Shatner.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he plays a vet.
It's like one of those. It's not really. I wouldn't say creature feature.
It's an animal horror.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you're interested, if we do this watch along, you should watch it with us, dude.
Okay.
Great movie.
It was a fun one. It was. And Val also has the link in for our Patreon. So again, guys, if you get a chance to check it out, we have a lot of cool stuff that we're doing over there, and some more exclusive stuff we're going to be doing. Let's Carrie, who hasn't done this when they are younger, sitting in a circle telling scary stories to try to scare one another until it's a story that's literally where you're camping and then shit is more real. Yes, absolutely. Good point.
I'm just glad the dog didn't die.
Right. It's so funny because talking about scaring people, I mean, Knight can attest to this. I have a cousin who I used to babysat when he was a little kid, right? And to this day, he still mentions how I would scare him, and I just think it is so friggin' funny.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And Lamar is definitely down for the watch party, saying, "Let's do the Kingdom of the Spiders." Yes, 1978. There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
We will.
Cool. Yeah,
we'll set this up and we'll get a hold of you.
We will try. We got Jack coming in with a channel member anniversary, 18 months. There you go, Jack. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. Saying, Willie Winnie.
Okay, upgraded Jason from Jason X versus Megan. Who would win? By the way, it's been an awesome 18 months here. Where's the wrench? I think I've earned it by now. Yeah. Bro. Well, we appreciate your support so much. We seriously do. The wrench thing, yeah, man. We're all set on mods, man. We really are. You're all right, though. Seriously. And Brandon also, with a member anniversary, wanted to show love and support. Love you, Knight and Coriander, and Michael. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks.
Yes,
seriously.
Yeah,
we appreciate it. It definitely helps us to do what we do and gives us a place where everyone can, get together and hang out and have some fun, and that's the thing that we try to really nurture as much as possible. We truly do. So thank you guys for all the support, and also just being just a cool group of people. It really makes a difference for us, and that's why we love to hang out. You know, we really do.
Yeah.
Can
So I
ask-
don't know if any
oh.
of you gentlemen can tell me, or maybe Michael, the thumbs up. I'm curious because I'm seeing we've got, I don't know if my number's off, but the people in the chat, hopefully people are hitting that thumbs up.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we're at 23, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think
we got
so.
25 and 23 thumbs up.
All right.
So y'all too need to hit the thumbs up button.
Well, there you go. Right, there you go.
No pressure, you know.
So
No
I have
pressure.
a question for y'all two about the
Sure.
movie, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So at the very beginning, you're watching for like the first 5 to 10 minutes are flashbacks.
Yes.
Do you think that was completely necessary, or do you think they put that in for filler?
I think it might have been well, I don't know. They could have been doing it for filler. It's possible. But I also think that it was one of those things where they were trying to make a connection because again, and I don't want to, well, okay, I'll do it. I'm kind of jumping ahead. But the one thing about part 2 that is an issue for some, and I can understand that, is because how did this all come to be? Because at the end of part 1, you know, we see the whatever happens, whether it's a dream, whether it really happened, you know, Jason coming out of the lake. Jason drowned in 1950, whatever it was, 58 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how is he in this film? Now, they tell us how in the film, just like in that fire, you know, the campfire scene. So I think that the flashbacks was a way to kind of catch everybody up to what had happened before. And also, it
But he's
showed
dead.
Pam. Well, no, I'm not even talking about that. Hold on. But it also really focused on Pamela, and Pamela was a big part of the finale of this film.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it was those types of things. Plus, well, there's one thing I don't want to tell you yet, and Coriander, don't say it. Okay.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, it's just something franchise-wise. I'm not going to say it. But anyways, I don't think it was just filler. I could be wrong though. Did it feel like it was a filler type of thing that they were trying to do?
Oh, you're asking me. You know, movies back in the day, and even with TV shows, right? Didn't they usually do like a recap? How long in between was?
It was only a year. Only a year.
Oh, that's it.
But
Okay, so
I don't know if movies were really doing that, and definitely not big time films. Although Halloween 2 did do a little bit of a flashback, you know, just the very end when Michael got shot off of the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, maybe it was a sign of the times as well. You know, I don't know if that really answers your question. But I don't think it was filler, you know.
Okay.
I don't think. I could be wrong though. Maybe they were like, "Hey man, we need an extra 5 minutes to this movie." You know. It was also a way to introduce Alice and make that connection to the first film. You know, so it's a good question though. It's a good question. I'll have to think some more about it too. But our good friend Crazy Ralph, you know, he was warning a lot of people, and unfortunately, he didn't warn himself enough. And Chuck, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Gene in the house too. What's up, Gene? Did you think Ralph was going to get killed, Michael? Did that shock you?
I didn't.
Okay.
Usually the doomsayers are the ones that get away.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, I didn't either when I first watched it. You know, he was one of those characters. Again, he just stands out. He truly stands out.
I mean, I thought I saw him in Jason X.
You're still doomed, even in space.
Yes.
Oh my God. You know, they're training and they're doing their running and all this. And Jenny, right in these scenes, even early in the film, Jenny, played by the great Amy Steele, you could just tell that she paid more attention than everyone else. You know, she felt like she was being watched. And I thought that it was a great way to start that process of showing how intelligent she was. we got these two kids who want to go back to Crystal Lake and check it out. And Michael's like, why would you do that? all the tropes that we see now, you know, they were started way back when in movies like this, and it was absolutely crazy. They do get stopped, though. They don't actually, you know, go all the way to Crystal Lake. And we got our sheriff here, our cop, who is probably, look, I'm just saying, man, if you're gonna be a cop, a sheriff, whatever, you got to be ready to do a lot of running. And this guy, he was not ready to do a lot of running. I mean, I'll give him credit. He was definitely trying. Coriander, let me ask you, because we've seen this trope in a lot of films since this. What did you think of the scene where he sees Jason crossing the road, kind of like Bigfoot, and then starts chasing him for like 10 years? He's running after this guy.
That. I wouldn't have even gotten out of my car. You know, I would just, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, let this goon get lost. Good enough.
Let the goon.
Oh, it was a bear and take off.
And look at this place, man. This is crazy. Look, anybody that's living in a place like this, I don't want to know. And Michael, you agree. Yeah. Just call backup. Yeah, right? Exactly. I mean, why would you go into a place like this? Although I will say, when we looked on the inside, you know, Jason had a toilet, he had some pots and pans, he had a lantern, and he had a room, which we don't know yet in the film, you know, what the guy sees, but the look on his face is like, oh my God. And unfortunately for him, Jason was right behind him and hits him with the hammer. I mean,
that was awful.
Wasn't it awful? Your reaction was great, man. Oh my gosh. Carrie saying, hey, Crazy Ralph is crazy for a reason. Baghead did not want his biz out there, so he had to take him out. Oh, yeah, there you go. Hey, we got DJ in the house. What's going on, DJ? Good to see you. All right. Carrie saying, I think Jenny's my favorite Friday 13th. I have to say it because she made some pretty good choices and she felt real, like how a real person would react to this situation. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yep. Absolutely. So, you know, he gets taken out. And then, of course, here's a scene that you're really big on, Michael. We got 80,000 counselors in training jumping in a pickup to go to the town bar. We got people wanting to go skinny dipping out in the middle of Timbuktu
by themselves
when they shouldn't. Look at this. There's like 40,000 people here. And Michael, you made a good point that made me kind of rethink the movie a little bit. You were talking about how, you know, they had access to two or three vehicles there. Actually, three. We got Jenny's vehicle, we got the truck, and that yellow vehicle.
Yep.
So, and obviously the cop, you know, he gets killed, but, you know, he was around and they're obviously able to go to this bar. And so for you were talking about how you didn't feel it didn't feel as much of a scary situation for them because they weren't as isolated.
Correct.
Explain that a little bit, because it really made me think differently on it. And then we'll let Coriander give her thoughts on that.
Because on the first one, basically the only person that had a vehicle was the camp owner who had the truck. But then, you know, Miss Voorhees kind of like took that. It was a Jeep. And everybody else was kind of like trapped, you know, because the guy's like, I'll be back later, you know, and he leaves them all there to work on the camp. And they're isolated, and it starts thundering and lightning and, you know, and raining, and they're stuck. And it's, you know, and then the motor goes off and you can't see in the dark. So they're isolated. Whereas the people there in the second movie are not as isolated. They have vehicles, and it might not have made a difference, but it just didn't feel as secluded as the first one.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point that kind of made me think a little bit differently about part two. Coriander, what did you think about the sense of isolation? Did you think it was as isolated feeling as the first film or not? Or what's your take on that?
I mean, I'm looking at a map of Crystal Lake right now, and it's pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and there's some distance between, killings on this map. So, yeah, obviously, I think, you're going to have more places that are isolated and more that's populated. And this
Yeah.
definitely had that, you were still out there, but it didn't feel like you were as out there. Because
Absolutely.
sometimes, like that place where they were partying, it almost looks like it could be like a golf range or something. You know what I mean? Like a country
Right.
club where you'd go and drink or something. And some of those places they can be, but, yeah.
I thought it was a frat house at first.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, right.
And look, we got the scene where good old Scott was trying to pull the maneuvers on Terry, and he got himself into a trap. And as soon as that happened, I was just like, this guy is set up for failure, because I mean, seriously, Jason just comes right behind him with the machete or whatever, and it's over. It's over. And of course, poor Terry too. She gets aced out. Like bodies are starting to drop. You know what I mean? But you know where the bodies are not dropping? At the bar. I mean, that's where everybody could have gone. And Ted, look at Ted with that smile.
Oh my gosh, that's classic.
Yeah, he knew what was up. He was the smartest guy in the whole bunch, maybe even smarter than Ginny, and that's a compliment. All right, so look, real quick, let me jump to the chat. Brandon is saying, is Hobo Michael and Mama keeping Laurie in that shack too? Oh my gosh, that's right. That is similar to Halloween too. Oh my God, you're so right, man. You're bringing up memories. Hey, we have Gory B in the house. What is going on? So fun watching this with Michael yesterday. Absolutely. Yes. It was. We learned so much about bears. Right? Brandon, we drove right into Porky's. Yeah, those were the movies back then. This was all in the same time period. Absolutely. We got Kelly coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much, Kelly. We appreciate the support. Saying,
Yes.
being Thanksgiving week, just want to show love and say for the millionth time how thankful I am for this community and all of you. #thankful, #family. Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Willy Winnie.
That is awesome. We appreciate that, Kelly, seriously. And we're glad that you enjoy yourself here. We're glad that we can continue to have the opportunity to have a community for everyone and enjoy it with each other. That's what we love to do. So let's do a super chat clip. We haven't done one in a little while. Let's do one, let's do an old school one. I haven't done this one in a long time. This one's for all of you guys. Thank you so much for the super chats and the support and all the channel member anniversaries. And Coriander, sometimes
why are you using me?
Because you're here. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, can you dig your man?
Oh.
Baby, can you dig your man? He's a righteous man. Don't let go.
There you
go. Man, I was
Harris.
waiting for Jean-Claude Van Damme to get up there and start dancing.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
He can shake it, man. He's got the moves.
Too funny. And hey, we got Denisha in the house as well. Hey, Denisha, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And again, like we said earlier, hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving holiday and this whole week. We really hope you guys do. But this scene we're talking about was also a great scene where Ginny, again, what I thought was cool about this movie, and Michael, I'll start with you, and then we'll get to Coriander. This movie kind of showed an evolution of her. You know what I'm saying? First time we see her, she's in a broken down Volkswagen that's not running right. She's late she's supposed to be the second in charge, and she's late, and she's trying to make excuses to Paul.
Mhm.
And not that she seemed like a dolt or anything, but she's just a regular girl. And through the movie, things started to kind of evolve with her, and you start to see that she's pretty sharp, she's smart, she's intelligent. And in this scene, it's also another chance for us to kind of learn about Jason and the mythology and the possibilities. And she was talking about, you know, what he may or may not be. You know, he
Mhm.
could be more than the legend. Michael, what did you think of this scene, and did it make you change your thinking about how Ginny was shaping up as a character ultimately to be the final girl?
Yeah, it definitely did. And when she had her speech and the guys were like poo-pooing her ideas about
Mhm.
Jason, I was like, man, it's going to come back to bite them in the butt, or it might come back to help her in the future.
Yes.
And so I won't name any scenes or anything, but I think that helped her uh, with some scenes that we'll probably go over in a little bit.
Mhm.
So I think that it, you know, her thought process right now and how she was able to try to get into the mind of this Jason and what happened and everything helped her in the future to survive.
Mhm. Yeah, good point. Coriander, what do you think?
What was the
I mean,
question again?
as far as Ginny in the scene, what did you think of this scene, and did it make you,
Oh,
you know, think of her a little bit differently as far as her character, just showing her intelligence and ultimately, you know, becoming the final girl?
yeah, I mean, she pretty much was saying, "What if he's this, this, and this?" And he
Hmm.
pretty much this, and this. So yeah, she definitely knew what what she was talking about, at least with Jason, and
Yep,
she was really smart. Yeah, and like you said, she was like a psychology major or something.
that's right. That's
So, I
right.
mean, if you're a psychology major, yeah, you'll probably survive this, so
That's a
Thank
good
goodness,
yeah.
because that's what I
Uh,
am.
oh, good for you. Then you would
There you
survive
go.
too, Michael, so that's awesome.
Yeah, you got the
But
shield, man.
yeah, so she definitely, is to me maybe a little bit more of a final go, at least in the smart wise with, her
Hmm.
background and, listening to her
Hmm.
here.
Yep, absolutely. Super Tenor is saying, did the red-haired dude survive? Yeah, Ted survived, man. He didn't go back. He was
Yeah,
at the bar. Like, that was the smartest move of all time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was great. It was
I think
absolutely great.
all the cancers that were diving off that platform in the lake, I think they all survived because they were there too.
Yeah, at the bar. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. And Chuck, that's right. It was the dull side of the machete. Yeah, we were
yep.
talking about that last night. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yep. We got C Kick in the house. What's going on? Saying so many extra counselors in the background that survive, and they only focus on the small group that stays at the camp. Happy Thanksgiving, all. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Absolutely. So again, we had Jenny just being very intelligent. The folks back at the camp, obviously they're taking care of business, and poor Mark. This was the scene, and
Oh
Michael,
man,
I'm telling you, that was such. I mean, I gotta admit, even as a kid, I was really on edge in this scene because I was wondering what was going to happen, and could it actually happen to the poor guy that was in a wheelchair. And yeah, it happened. Look at those steps. How do you climb that many steps? That is crazy. Look at that. He
yeah.
just went down every single one, and they showed it. It's like, oh my gosh, man.
And he didn't fall over either.
No, no, he didn't. He didn't. Oh my god, it's so true. Uh Gory and Carrie, like, I love the clip. Yeah, that's an oldie but goodie. Thanks, Chuck. Carrie's like, that was always my favorite. There you go. You guys are all right. Thank you guys, seriously. We got the shish kebab kill. that you called, Michael. You called it before it happened. I'm like, God, this guy, what is going on? But no, the very smart and great deduction. Yeah, they got killed. It was too bad. We finally see Jason, though. We finally see Jason. And look, to me, the thing that was really crazy is at this point, nobody is. You guys, you know what I mean? Everyone else is still at the bar. So it's like, wow. What did you think of this scene, Coriander, when we finally see Jason?
Yeah, it's about time. Woohoo!
Poor Vicky, too.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's stealing some other chick's panties, which is gross. So,
What?
Come
I
on,
thought
man.
they were hers.
She
'Cause she said,
deserved
I've
it.
got to
No?
change. She was like, I got to go change.
Oh, did
Yeah,
she steal
but
the
those
girl with the
weren't.
dog?
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I never knew that they were Terry's or whatever.
Yeah, man. Pay
Wow.
attention, dude.
Hey,
No,
man, I
I'm just
don't know.
joking.
They weren't very pretty.
I know, right? It's like brown. Jeez.
Oh, come on. Stop it,
Yeah.
guys. Better than tidy whities.
Look, I'm just saying, man.
Who's this saying?
Hey, it is what it is. But Jason takes care of business, and then of course Jenny and Paul come back to the cabins. They're looking around. You can see the look on her face. She's like, "What the hell's going on here?" And look who's hiding in the dark. Listen, Paul is useless looking around, and Jenny's the one that says, "Paul, someone's in the house with us." Someone. Now listen, I'm not. Listen. Look, I don't have like 20/20 vision or anything, but how could you not see Jason? Look at the bag. It's white as hell. Look at it. I mean, he's Coriander, you know this. He's pulling a Michael Myers, who we call the greatest horror ninja of all time. So anyways, Jason gets the who, Michael?
I'm talking about. Well, dude, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying, is he?
I think in this scene he was pulling a Michael, just being so like hide and go seekish. But look, he gets the jump on Paul. This is where I get really, really critical. Paul is useless. He cannot do anything. He's like holding on to Jason, holding on to him around the waist like they're dancing. It's like, punch this guy. What are you doing? It's ridiculous. You got to save your woman. You either got to punch him out or you got to get punched out and taken out. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. But yeah, so they're running around, rustling around, and Jenny does what she should do and get the hell out of there. Michael, what did you think? Because this is pretty much all the finale here. What did you think of Jenny in some of these scenes, and how this finale was really, to me, it was very intense.
Oh yeah, it was intense for me. I was like, man, either he's going to bust through the door or come through the window. And when she was in the bathroom, and of course he came to the window very violently and scared the crap out of me. So but yeah, I mean, she, with a little luck, because I mean, there was one part where he broke a chair. He's on a rotten chair and it fell. He broke the chair because he's trying to stab her. But between a little bit of luck and her smarts, she was able to get away from him per se, until he followed her up to the love shack.
To the love shack.
Nice.
I love the fact that she was running, man. She was not playing around. She was running. Coriander, with this finale, what were your thoughts of Jenny and how she was able to evade Jason, and just showing again she was just crafty.
She was, it's just that friggin' damn mouse, and it's like, chick, you've got this guy.
That was a rat, wasn't it?
Still, a rat, but I think I'd be pissing my pants over Jason than a friggin' rat.
Yeah.
So that right there was a little disappointing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, that was that scene that Michael was talking about when he stood on the chair. It was showing how crafty he was, though, because you hear the door close. So he was definitely setting her up. he was definitely setting her up. What,
Mm-hmm.
once we get to the point, and also the chainsaw, I forgot about the chainsaw. She was, again, and we saw her with that earlier, so they were setting up stuff. But of course, when we get to the shack, who's there. It's good old Pamela. Now,
Yes.
I want you guys to look
Full
at
of
this.
protein. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got Terry there, you got the officer, and you got
Mm-hmm.
Alice. Do you see Alice right there with the pick in the
That
side
Mm-hmm.
of the
is
head? That's
her.
Alice.
How long
That
has she
is
been
Alice.
dead?
5 years.
Oh, Alice had been dead for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Because
that was
remember
like current.
no. That opening, if I remember correctly, and I used to know this, and I should. I think it's just like months after the events of the first film. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
She
okay,
gets killed, and Jason brings her back here to the altar, and that's
gotcha.
why she's decomposed. But I'll be honest with you, and I did a Why You Hate on Friday 13th Part 2, where I really did a deep dive, fun facts. I mean, I went all out with research, and I had never really paid attention to this, and I didn't even know that was Alice as many times as I've seen this film,
Right?
But yeah, that's Alice, because there's the ice pick right in the side. So yeah,
Wow.
it's kind of sad. But anyways, it's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this was the scene where Jenny, again, she's on another level
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about at the bar when she started
Yeah.
talking about it. How I think it led to this point where she was able to manipulate Michael. But I have to tell you, man, I would have died. There's no way I could have put that sweater on without throwing up.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's true. She put it on and started
Just
to
hold your
just,
breath, man.
that's
Mm,
all you
Hold your
can
breath,
mm-hmm.
do. And
right?
Gory
And
said,
don't breathe through your mouth because then you'd be tasting it.
"Oh, come on, man. Oh
Breathe, what?
god."
Breathe through my ears.
Yeah. Better through your nose than your mouth.
Oh no. But she's talking to him, Jason, mother is happy, you've done me proud, all of this type of stuff. And Jason is actually going with it. He sees his mother in her, and of course they showed the small little clip of Betsy's back. They brought her back for a couple of these shots, and I had never seen anything like that in a horror movie as a
Mm-hmm.
way to kind of defeat the villain. And I thought that was so cool. I'll never forget, as a kid, I was like, of course that's the way you should do it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it was
Yeah.
awesome, man. But there was that one part where she was going to, chop down on him, and she moved to the side just a little bit, and he saw his mother's head there, and he realized. And also, that was a part where Amy Steele, the actress, had actually injured. I think it was Steve Dash who was in this scene. Pretty sure it was, 100% sure. He had to go to the hospital, get stitches, and then they finished shooting that night. So it was crazy. But good old Paul came in there, and Paul, as useless as he is, at least he kind of got Jason's attention for 3 minutes or whatever, and then Jenny was able to stab him right into the shoulder. This was a great scene, man. I thought,
Mm-hmm.
because it was like, get him. That's how I was feeling. Coriander, what about you? You've seen this movie a bunch of times. Were you like just waiting for her to get the drop on Jason after fooling him as Pamela?
Oh, yeah. I mean, who wasn't?
Yeah.
Because we all knew that she was the girl. So it was
Right.
just a matter of time.
It
Yeah.
was just a matter of time. You know,
Hmm.
you know who also didn't think it was a matter of time is our buddy Michael. Because as soon as this was over, they were smart to take off the sack, and of course the look on their face, they were like, oh my god, and this and that. And they go back, and Michael was like, there's gotta be a jump scare. And I'm like, come on, man. But of course, movies of today, and obviously much younger than Friday 13th, this is where they got the tropes from. These
Mm-hmm.
films, if you think about Scream talks about all these things. The killer is always gonna come back for one more jump scare. Well, this is where they started those. Paul is ridiculous. I mean, Jenny, Jenny just survived something that is absolutely traumatic, and Paul is just useless, and she's the one with the weapon, the real weapon, and of course that's where Jason jumps out. This was a great jump scare. You knew it was coming, Michael, but how effective do you think it was?
You know, I thought actually he was going to come through the door when the guy picked up the dog. You know, I was like, oh, great, the dog's alive. You know, and they did that so everybody would be like so happy for the dog. And I thought that Jason was probably going to come through the screen door. In the back of my mind, I thought maybe the window, because, you know, he did a couple times, like when he tried to grab her through the window in the bathroom and stuff. But yeah, it scared me.
Yeah, it was a good one. Coriander, what do you think about this ending, this stinger, compared to the original?
Hey, you guys.
Oh, he's so cute though. Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, obviously, you know, it's Jason. It's my boy. I'm so glad it's him instead of this boy. How's that?
Yeah, that works. Mega Giant, that is so true, Mega Giants. Amy was scared because of the timing. They didn't know what the timing was going to be when Warrington Gillette was going to jump through the window. And so, yeah, that really did get her. So her reaction was genuine, which I thought was cool. It is so cool. You know what I mean? But it's a great scene. You know, Chuck, we agree. The scene is really cool. I mean, you know, it's a great jump scare. And of course, after she gets attacked, it's kind of like, okay, where's Paul? She even says it, where's Paul? Where's Paul?
Nobody answers her.
And she's being put into an ambulance, and that's the end. Then they kind of zoom in on the altar where Pamela's head is. And originally, like I was saying to you guys last night, originally they were going to have the eyes open up. But they realized, hey, you know, that's probably pushing it too far. It might not look good enough. It might look too cheesy and all of that type of stuff. But yeah, that was the end of it. And to me, I think it's a great sequel. It's a fun horror film. And I think it was really able to up the ante. Like, it honored the first film, but it also opened up the mythology more, because now we have Jason, the true birth of Jason Voorhees. Coriander, how do you look at part 2 when you think of the franchise, you know, as far as, and we're not grading it yet, but I'm just saying, how do you look at part 2?
I mean, I wouldn't remake it. I wouldn't, you know, this whole mythology bullshit around the campfire. No, that's a fucking campfire story. I'm sorry. I don't, anyway. But I mean, I think this is a great installment. You know, I think it fits well with the first. You're never gonna. Well, some people like this one better than the first. So
yeah, some people do.
I mean, I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say.
No. Okay. Michael, how about you? You know, we get to the end of this film. You know, what are some of the things? I know you were thinking there's a lot of questions to be answered, but anything else as far as that came to your mind when you got to the end of the film?
Well, like Coriander said, they made it flow pretty well. I mean, you know, they had all the backstory, back flashes at the very beginning, and I think they did a great job, you know, just flowing along. And then they added the extra mythology at the campfire, like you said, to kind of like get over maybe some rough patches of how did Jason survive, and you know, why did he go crazy because he saw his mom get killed, and all this other stuff. So, I mean, in the first one, you're not sure if Jason's a ghost or if it, was all in people's heads or something. So it kind of like cemented him as a real person, you know. So
Well, can I just say, with this whole Jason and dead fucking thing that just, oh, good God.
Oh,
He
man.
drowned. He's dead. Well, no. What do you mean, oh, God? No. When you're dead, and you're coming back to Earth as something, whether you're coming as whatever, okay, you're dead, right? And he chooses, he could be a boy, he could be a man, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the fact that he isn't a boy and the fact that he's a man, it just, to me, in my opinion, he was dead. Yeah, he saw in his dead state, he saw his mother get killed, right? And maybe he was there when her soul left her body. Who knows, right? All I know is he saw it. And he chose to come back and take revenge. And he chose, if I come back as a kid, I can't do shit. If I come back as a man, I can kick some ass. And that's what he did.
Why do you have a shack,
That's
though?
what he did.
Why do you need a shack if he was dead?
It doesn't matter. Why not? Are you going to keep digging a hole in the fucking ground and coming up? No, I wouldn't. I would make a shelter myself.
Well, it kind of makes sense. I mean, because in the last part of the first movie, the girl's like, "Where's the boy?" And in this one, they're like, he's grown. So yeah, I mean, that makes sense, Crander.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Michael. Because everybody, him and his brother are always, he was alive. He was alive. It's like, dude, no, he's fucking dead. Excuse my French.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of theories about Jason. And a lot of people, even last night, they were talking about some different theories. I think that's also what makes it interesting. But here's one thing I do know. And Gory, thank you for putting Michael's link in the chat. Here's one thing I do know that's for sure cemented. The filmmakers had no idea that they were going to have Jason come back in part 2. Like Tom Savini, who actually did the makeup on the boy that came out of the lake, they said it was just her dream, a hallucination. You know what I mean? So when they did part 2, Tom Savini, who obviously is a legend, first thing he said is, "Who's the killer?" And they said, "Oh, Jason." He's like, "Jason who?" They said, "The boy." And he's like, "What? He doesn't exist. How is he going to be a killer? How are you going to make this work?" And that was part of the reason that he didn't come on to part 2, because he wasn't seeing exactly how they were crafting the story. He didn't see eye to eye about it. Now, of course, he didn't know either that this would become one of the greatest and biggest horror franchises of all time. None of them did. So, it's just funny how those types of things happened back in the early 80s, Nobody knew the possibilities with franchises and the money.
And look what it's become. Hopefully, if they bring it back, they make the mythology, they correct it. So all you goons out there who think all this other bullshit can stop.
All right. Carrie was said, "I don't know. I would have been even more scared if her eyes opened." Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was
saying the same
creepy
thing. Okay. That's interesting. That is interesting. And Brandon saying, Night Watch Zone, which do you prefer, Friday 13th Part 2 or Halloween Water, H2O? Both directed by the same director. It's tough. I kind of could flip a coin. Look, I love Friday 13th Part 2 a lot, and I really, really enjoy Halloween H2O. If you asked me this when I was a teenager, I might have said Halloween H2O. Now, seeing both of those movies so much, I don't know, I might lean towards Friday 13th Part 2. Halloween H2O has some issues, and we could go down a rabbit hole on that, including...
Is that where they're at the private school?
Yeah, including the CGI mask. So it is... it is what it is. But I do enjoy it a lot. I really do. Gory, thank you so much for putting the link in for the channel memberships. We appreciate that so much. And thank you also for being a channel member. We appreciate you. We got Bronson in the chat with a channel member anniversary for 5 months. Woohoo! All right.
Nice.
Saying next year, the 40th anniversary of Trick or Treat from 1986, should do a live stream on the true return of Sammy Kerr. The movie should have been called Trick or Treat: The Revenge of Sammy Kerr. You know, and I think I said this to you before, Bronson. I don't even remember seeing Trick or Treat. I do know a lot of people that do love it, though. Coriander, have you ever seen Trick or Treat from 1986?
I am not sure. I would have to look. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. But hey, you never know, Bronson. But seriously, thank you so much for the support. We appreciate you, seriously, and hope you have a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Corey was saying, Coriander, that's what Ari Lehman thinks. He thinks his mom's blood in the water brought him back. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whether it was blood or feeling it, or when you're dead, you're everywhere, right? You can be anywhere, anytime, or anything. So
It's
hell
a good
yeah.
point. It's
Bear
a good
pheromones.
point. Oh God.
Yeah.
Here we go. Corey saying, why does he need a shack? Where is he going to keep his trophies? Yeah, well, yeah, I guess.
and a toilet too, right?
Yeah, and a toilet and pots and pans. Just saying.
Man. Or maybe in the underground tunnels.
Now, the 09 film was a totally different take on it.
That
So
pissed,
that
I
doesn't
know,
count.
but that was irritating.
But I loved
These
Derek in
fucking
that
underground
film.
tunnels. That's bullshit.
You didn't like
He's
that at
dead.
all,
He
though?
doesn't need it. No.
Was
The fact that it's like, how can it get from one place to another and this and that?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Come on.
Was this back in Vietnam?
No, let's stop talking about it. I keep forgetting
right. I was just about to
got
say.
virgin ears. Shit. Shit.
All right. So look, that was the end of the film. As always, we have to grade the film.
Yeah, we do.
As you guys know, we have our grading system for Slasher Movie Club. We have the 4 badges, which means that we think that the film is fantastic. It is a great movie, and it's something that if you have the opportunity to do, you should own it physically. We have the 3 badges, meaning that we think it was pretty good. It was all right. We have 2, meaning we could take it or leave it. If we never see it again in our lives, it's not going to change anything. And then, of course, we have the dreaded 1 badge, meaning we think it is absolutely atrocious, a horrible movie. Also, what we like to call dark territory, aka Don't Go in the Woods Alone, aka Student Bodies, aka Blood Cult, and aka Good Night, God Bless. If you've seen any of those 4 films, and we did shows on all 4 of them, you'd know why we always mention them. All right, so Coriander, what are we giving Friday the 13th Part 2?
Oh, we're talking about my boy. He's got to get a 4.
You're going with 4
I'm
badges.
giving him a 4. All the way.
All the way. Okay, all the way to New Jersey. Okay.
Yeah.
Michael, first time seeing Friday the 13th Part 2. What would you give this film?
So I need to revamp my idea for the first movie, and I'd probably give it a 4 instead of the 3 I gave it last time. This one, I liked it, but not as much as the first one, actually. So I'd probably give it like can I give halves? 3.5?
He doesn't do halves.
No.
Well, keep it as simple. Listen, you gotta love him. No,
and so many people always do halves, and he's
dude,
like, "You should hear after."
No,
dude,
I mean, it's not.
People started doing halves because of
I don't dislike it this much. I dislike it just a little bit less than the first one. So
no, I get that.
It's I guess I'd give it a 3.
Okay, so you're gonna go with 3. I get what you mean, though. It's just a step below the first film for you, and I understand that. There are a lot of people that feel that way, and of course, there's a lot of people feel just the opposite. Both films, I will say, for me, they share a lot. I mean, obviously they're a year apart. They have the through lines of some of these characters, Pamela, Ralph, and obviously Alice. But I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, this is one of the few major horror franchises where I felt at this point so far, it was getting better as it went along, and I love this film. So I'm gonna go. Guys knew what I was gonna do. This is the home of New Jersey. I was gonna go with 4. I just think that they were able to do a lot of great things. They were able to connect to the first film. They were able to actually have Jason in this film and make it make enough sense. He was great. And you have one of the best final girls. I mean, Jenny is just amazing. It's a great finale that goes in a lot of different places, and I enjoyed that. So I'm gonna go with a 4. It's just a fantastic film.
Can I ask you both one question each?
Sure.
So in the second movie compared to the first movie, in the second movie, what do you think was the most grisly kill scene, and what was the most grisly kill scene in the first one? And which ones do you think were more grisly, the first or the second?
Okay, so
oh my goodness.
So you're asking about a single kill from the first one and the second one, and which one was more grisly between the two?
Yeah.
Well,
I can tell you in the second one, my favorite is the wheelchair. I hate to say it, but I always just remembered that kill. Out of all those movies, that is just one that. But yeah, let me think on the first one.
I have to agree with that. I think the wheelchair kill is probably the most grisly, I guess I would say. From the first one, it's tough, man, because that was Tom Savini, who's amazing with practical effects.
I think I got it.
It could have been Annie right in the beginning when she was in the woods. She ran from the Jeep. That was pretty grisly because you see the cut going across her neck, and they really focused on that because the practical work was so good. It's still very good even to this day, almost 50 years later.
I'm picking Kevin Bacon's girl.
Right. Oh, the girl. Oh, the girl. Okay, with the axe into the face. Yeah, that was pretty gnarly. I was gonna say Kevin Bacon, but you're right. Maybe it was the girlfriend. Yeah.
I have to say, I mean, a lot of those scenes are, you see something flash and all of a sudden they're already chopped. You don't really see him get hit. But with Kevin Bacon, the first one, man, when that thing came jutting out of his throat.
Yeah.
That was Tom Savini.
That was that freaked me out. The first one, the second one was when the two people got sandwiched with the spear.
Yes.
That was pretty bad.
Yes.
So
as for like the whole, you're talking about the better kills, obviously the first one, because the second one got chopped so bad. You even saw they had to use the knife, with the blade backwards. You know what I mean? They couldn't even just because of all the bullshit that they did with the censoring, and so totally the first one for the effects.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. They definitely missed Tom Savini on the second film.
Definitely.
And it's funny because instead he did The Burning, which is another.
Have you seen that movie? Oh yeah, probably not.
No, he hasn't seen that.
We did that on
it's another really good.
It's another slasher movie club movie, but it's so good. It deals with a camp and kind of like Freddy. How does Freddy get burned? A group of people. I'm not going to say much more, but just so that he gets a little synopsis of it. And yeah, man,
it's a good one. It really
is. We got so much, Michael. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Look,
it's like
real quick. Hold on, real quick in the chat. Let's see. We got Gory that's coming in with 4 badges. Okay, all right. We got Chuck coming in with 4 badges.
Nice.
We got Brandon coming in with 4 freaking Paul hairstyles. There you go. All right.
Nice.
Carrie's coming in 4 bagheads. I love that they play on the lore and its introduction to Jason. Corey says I give it 4 brown panties. There you go. I love it. Yeah.
So
Brandon,
speaking of brown panties, Michael, are you gonna like have a threesome with us for part 3?
I might come watch it. You know, the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
boy,
All right.
she's really putting the pressure on you, man.
Well, dude,
I know.
seriously, like you if where you've done these first 2, you
Yeah.
really to get the complete feel, you gotta just keep going with it, man. You just gotta keep going with
There's
it.
no stopping now, buddy.
Yeah.
There really isn't. There really isn't.
There really isn't.
I
Yeah.
totally forgot about Miss Voorhees getting decapitated. That was pretty gnarly.
That's true too. It was pretty good. Oracle in
Mhm.
the house. What's going on? Did you know there were 4 people? Yes, we did, or at least I did. That first shot where Jason was walking, that wasn't Jason. That was actually a lady. We also had Warrington Gillette at the end, and that's a whole nother story we can get to at some other point. But we actually just met him this year at a convention we went to. But he was the
Mhm.
Jason that was unmasked at the end of the film. But the Jason that was masked up in the Sackhead, that was
Yeah.
Steve Dash. So yeah, and and that's not the first film in this franchise where they have multiple people playing the killer. Same thing with Halloween. There were multiple people playing Michael in the first film. So yeah.
Yeah, my best friend had Warrington. They bought the real friggin' machete, and he signed it.
He
And he's like, "Be
did.
careful,"
He
And we
did.
had a
Oh my
tornado
God.
warning. I had never been through a tornado warning because now here we are talking about this shit. We had with celebrities, we were down in a basement
Yeah,
with
we
like
were.
the whole convention. Like it
Mhm.
was crazy. That's all. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but it's crazy
Yep.
shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and Jerry Wallace. Oh, yes. Good point. Good point. So yeah, I mean, Friday 13th Part 2, it's awesome. Yeah, it really is a good sequel. And that's a tough thing to do. Ask Nightmare on Elm Street. No shade.
Mhm.
But it's divisive,
No
and
shade.
I think
Mhm.
most people, they at least thought that Friday 13th Part 2 was serviceable, if not good, and some think it was great. So it's kind of like it's a mirror to see the things that are going to come down the line, in other words. But guys in the chat, we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight and also last night for those who did make it.
Mhm.
Again, it's so much fun to watch these things with you guys, so definitely stay tuned. And like we said earlier, we know some people have jumped in and so forth. We hope that you guys have a really good Thanksgiving, happy
Yeah.
holiday, and spend time with friends,
Stay
family, and
safe.
loved ones.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Michael, thank you so much for coming back on again. Seriously, we
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fun, man. It's fun having you here and hearing your thoughts.
definitely.
If you
Yeah,
haven't hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up.
that's
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
And
Thank you.
everybody, keep your eye out for the third watch party and discussion.
Yeah,
Third
absolutely.
one's Killer Clowns in Outer Space.
No, no, Michael, what is wrong? Unless you want it to be, it can be. They're killer clowns, man.
They are killer clowns. What was
They
that
are.
thing, Michael, you said when one of the guys were getting killed or whatever, and you said, "Is he gonna be okay?" or something like that? How did you say it? You're like,
Oh, it's
Exactly.
like, I hope he's going to be okay. Or he's
Yeah.
going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's the way you say it because you say it so seriously. It
Oh.
takes a split second for me, like, wait a minute. Then I laugh. Oh my God. Oh, too funny. All right, guys.
Right?
Well, we appreciate you so much. We hope that you guys have a good night and we will catch you next time.
Mhm.
And as always, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.
Up church.
Have a good one.